This is my part 2 video of what's in season right now, and I was talking about loquat trees and showing some of the mulberries, what's going on with them. But here is the loquat tree that at first when I got it last year, I just thought that it was a cutting that they had rooted, because I thought that's what she told me. But cuttings don't root. And it fruited too fast. And it's not even 1.5 feet tall. Look how pretty this thing is. So it apparently is an air layer. And so I'm going to find out this year. I didn't ever get back to be able to talk to them more about it, but I'll find out this year, probably in April, more about what this is. The fruit's really round, and I don't mean what it is. I mean, of course it's a loquat. I mean exactly if it is an air layer. And look at the little round fruit on it. And like I said, it's only 1.5 feet tall at the most. But this is a really neat loquat tree. And let's go out here. Everything is waking up now. I have 3 Valdosta trees, so that's my original Valdosta, which I love. Then I stuck a stick in the ground, so this is my second Valdosta tree. And then I did the same right next to it, and I have another Valdosta tree like right next to it. I tried to get my grandson, he wanted it, and just could not dig it out. Even when it was dormant, it was cutting up too many of the other roots around it, so we left it. And then next to that is Jan's Best up under this oak tree here. So delicious. I love Valdostas. Fast growing, nematode resistant. It's a big fat juicy mulberry, and got it from just Fruits and Exotics. Lots of the figs waking up. I have so many old Florida mulberry trees that I've found all over the place that I've got to get planted. I probably have 20 Morris rubra hybrids that are on the struggle bus sitting in pots, so I've got to get those planted out. I think let's see, in the last week I've planted out at least 5 or 6 trees. So here is boysenberry that's loaded with fruit this year, because we got at least 3 times as much chill as we normally get. Valdosta fruiting, and right up in here is Big 10. Is that what it's called? Yep, Big 10. And it's looking promising. I'm seeing a little green there on the tip. And I did that graft on 213. So I'm excited about that. Let's see. Another one of chicken claw back here. And I put this little screen up because it was super hot in the high 80s when I did that. I think I'm going to cut my Indian jujube back very soon and see if I can get it to grow better. A lot of damage from the hurricane. Maui, doing good. This is the one I call Old Lakeland Road. Fruiting, delicious. Morris rubra hybrid, so super delicious fruit. Here is chicken claw. And got a little bit of fruit on it. Right there. It was just starting, well, it was just starting to bud out, and I didn't know we were going to get as cold as we got. We got really cold in just above freezing, and I didn't cover it, so it got a little tiny bit of damage, but I think it's fine. But that's chicken claw. Very excited about that. There is some fruit on Old Lakeland Road. Let's see, peach trees. My peach trees, now I get hundreds of peaches. I cut it down pretty late last year, so it really hasn't had time to grow out, but I still think I'm going to get hundreds of peaches this year. The question is, will they be buggy or not? Some years we get hundreds of peaches, and some years they're not even worth, you can't even get 5 good fruits from it. But let's see, Lakeland Tropical, not Lakeland Tropical, that's my mulberry tree. Sorry, y'all. Tropic Beauty is a fantastic one for really low chill. Florida Prince, delicious. Florida Glow. Tropic Snow is a delicious white-fleshed peach. Tropic Beauty, I believe, is the orangey color. Delicious. They're just delicious. And I think that's all I have. I've tried lots and lots of them, but those are the ones that really fruit good here. And let's see. This is the only seedling that's ever come up in the yard in 9 years, and it came up under a strawberry tree next to World's Best, but it ended up being a male. So, and so I'll probably graft to it, but it was just so exciting to have my first tree. I know up north they're everywhere, but here it's very unusual to find a seedling like that. So I was excited. And then a plum tree that never puts on plums. And this is strawberry loquat, and I haven't been impressed at all with it. Very small fruit generally. Last year was the first time it fruited, so I really think it's a seedling because I had it at least 5 years and it never fruited. So last year it fruited, and so far I haven't loved the fruit, and the production hasn't been much. So I've tried to graft onto this, just haven't had success yet. I guess I've tried 5 or 6 different grafts, but yeah, I'm gonna graft onto this one. Beautiful trees. Look how pretty that is. It's just gorgeous. This is World's Best, Bryce's World's Best. Loaded with fruit. And there's a Morris Rubra hybrid. One I'm really excited about because it came from an old nursery, and the couple have passed away now, and the original tree was knocked down and they've sold it and built on it. So I'm excited to have this old piece of Florida history here. And this is the first year. It was on the struggle bus for a year or so. The Morris Rubra hybrids seem to really want to kind of sit and get established and get their roots really going good, and then after that they'll take off. And then this is one that I just planted out, and it is very possibly, it's from Germany, but it is very possibly the same as Maui. And I'll have to see. The leaves do look like Maui, but when I put them next to each other, this one is, the leaves are very dull and Maui's are very shiny. So I'm just not sure yet. I'll have to see more on that, and let me see what it's called. Here's what it's called. Don't know how to pronounce that. But I'm still excited about it. Even if it's Maui, I love Maui's one of my favorites. Another Morse rubra hybrid that's waking up and fruiting. And two more. Shangri-La there. Shangri-La here. Oh, this is Christmas loquat. Look how beautiful. They are just absolutely gorgeous trees. And not a whole lot of fruit. So maybe it's just gonna fruit later, but my daughter's tree is absolutely loaded Christmas. So I don't know. And I like Christmas, but to me it's hit or miss. I mean, sometimes it's super delicious and sometimes it's just okay sour. And I feel like the Yehuda, even if you don't get it completely ripe, it's still delicious. I don't know. My grandson absolutely loves Christmas. He could eat 100 pieces of fruit. So it's all in, in somebody's taste buds. And mine is definitely way more teetering on sweet, for sure. There's another beautiful Morse rubra hybrid. Granny Smith apple flowering. Jan's Best loaded. Sugar cane. I need to cut sugar cane back while it's dormant. There's sugar cane, and it's the only jujube, Chinese jujube, that grows good for me so far here. All the others have been either on the struggle bus and just died, or produced nothing. And I've gotten a little bit of fruit off of this. It's delicious. And this is the one I call Delightful, Morse rubra hybrid. Ranger Kins. It's a white fruit. Now, I personally, the only white fruit mulberry that I love is Australian green, or Pakistani white, or King White Shatut. Goes by a lot of different names. But the long white mulberry, and that's because it's got all kind. Not only is it sweeter than a donut, seriously, it's sweeter than a donut, but it also has all kinds of flavors. I love them. But all the other white mulberry fruited ones that I've tasted, they're just total sweet with nothing else, and that's just not my favorite. And so that's why I don't collect the white colored mulberries. I have 4 of the Australian greens, but I think this is my only white one. This is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but San Gris Latte. I got that from Kaz. It hasn't woke up yet, but that's a graft. I just planted it. So I am excited about that, and it's a white one. And I'm hoping it'll wake up good. It's possible we don't have enough chill for it, but we'll see. Let's see. I don't want to make this too long. Here's a white one. This is the Australian green, loaded. So this year I have 3 trees of the long white that are loaded. Another This one has been on the struggle bus for, I bet I planted this 3 or 4 years ago, and it's just finally deciding that it wants to live and take off. So I'm excited. And this is an old Florida mulberry, Morris Rupert hybrid. And this is Sweet Delicious, which is the best tasting mulberry. I mean, they're all so delicious, but this is the best tasting mulberry that I've had, Sweet Delicious. And, you know, I say in other videos, I'm not sure if it was because there was male mulberry trees around and it got pollinated. So I can't wait for it to have enough fruit and them to get mature enough to see if it's delicious or if it was because it was pollinated. Here's another World's Best, just loaded. Here's Peruvian, waking up. Look how pretty since I cut it all back. Very pretty tree. And it's got a lot of fruit, but it's not loaded with fruit. It definitely has a lot of fruit. And there's a Delightful. And there's a Maui, and a Peruvian, and a Skinner, and a Sweet Delicious, and this is also one that hardly ever wakes, but this year it's Hawthorn Dwarf. This year it seems to be waking good, and it may even put on a lot of fruit because we had a lot more chill hours. So I'm excited about that one. Hawthorn Dwarf. I never talk about it because it doesn't wake and do well here. And seems to definitely be a dwarf because I don't cut it back at all, and let's see, when did I plant it? Planted it September of 21. So yeah, it's only 6.5, 7 feet tall at the most. Right here is my Thai Dwarf, which I say is the same as World's Best, which is right there. Bryce's World's Best and the Thai Dwarf that I have from Bass at Trees of Joy, to me, is identical. And I say all the time that, I'm seeing this is doing good and I'm excited. This is, look at that, large leaf Himalayan red Exotica. But Adam at Flying Fox Fruits has a Thai Dwarf, and some have said that it is different. So I haven't seen it, I haven't tried it, so I'm not sure. And here is Himalayan FSP, waking up. I thought I saw some fruit on it. Yeah, there's some fruit on it, so get to try that. I'm excited. Another Sweet Delicious. And another Delightful. And this was the one that was supposed to be Pakistani white, and it was dormant when I bought it. It went 2 hours away, and it's it's probably, the leaves look, it's some kind of everbearing, but anyway, I planted it anyway. This was a seedling by Sweet Delicious, and just moved it out from under the trees, so it's just been transplanted, but it's a female, so I'm excited to try that. And here is the long white, so Australian green or Pakistani white. It's loaded. Jan's Best next to it. Tice. Whoops. There's the Tice. One of my very, very, very favorite trees. It's gorgeous and it's delicious, and it's nematode resistant and it's drought resistant, and it's got humongous dinner plate size leaves, and the tree is just incredible. Beautiful avocado, starting to grow nicely. Lakeland Tropical, you could not put another fruit on that tree, to the very tip top. And the birds, I just love it because the birds just come out here and eat and eat and eat, and you don't even know it because there's so many berries that there's plenty for everyone. And then there's a beautiful, I believe this one is Tropic Snow and Florida Glow. So delicious. And I cut this one down that was in front of it, so I think they're even going to do much better. It just really had, it was buggy, had something in the bark and the trunk, so cut it down. But yeah, that's got lots and lots of blooms. Another peach tree, and another peach tree, and an apple tree that I haven't cut down yet, and another Scarlet Beauty plum. Love, love, love. If you don't have Scarlet Beauty plum, you're missing out if you're in a low chill. I mean, even to an 11, Scarlet Beauty plum is the best plum, the only plum that I've gotten to fruit here, and it is delicious, and it is prolific, and it's doesn't need a pollinator, and it fruits fast. And so, yep, Scarlet Beauty plum. And then here is Paluchi, is that how you say it? Loquat. Isn't it beautiful? And then another Tice. And then this is, I just got to show you this because I have almost cut this tree down for 3 years now. It's at least 7 years old, I think. 6 or 7 years old, never fruited. This is Spice Z Nectaplum, and there is flowers on it. So we will see if it gets pollinated. I'm not sure because I cut down so many of the pluots and things like that that would pollinate with it because they just didn't do good. So I'm not sure if peaches, and maybe this plum will pollinate with it. I'm not sure, but I am super excited about Spice Z Nectaplum. It's supposed to be so delicious. But anyway, that's a way too long video just showing you stuff that's going on out here in the orchard. This is Ellie Cook, Pakistan, another tree. So now I have 4. And this is Bradenton Loquat, very delicious, just has not been prolific and hasn't really grown well for me. And I've got one graft from a tree I found that I liked right there. That's doing pretty good, but yep, no, it just doesn't fruit very well, but it's very good, very delicious. And to be fair, it has not been fertilized, and it's in a very, very sandy, dry spot, and it's never been watered. So there you go. Oh, I mean, I really am starting to fertilize this year. I've already done it. Can you believe it? Yes, I have already started fertilizing. It's amazing. And it's amazing what it does for trees when they get some food. I know that's not funny, but goodness. I buy it all and then I don't do it. And you know why though? It's because I want to be all natural, you know, and then I'll think, okay, I'm going to use this particular fertilizer, and then I read the small print and it says, you know, that it kills leaf-eating animals. And then I'm like, well, why would I want to fertilize with that? So it's just, that's the reason. I just can't decide what I want to do, put on them, so I put nothing. All right, have a great day. Oh, here is Australian turkey. And this has been in the ground for at least 3 years, and it's about 3 feet tall. Just been on the major struggle bus, but it's looking good. So we'll see if it takes off this year and if the fruit's good, because the fruit has not been good for me at all, but others say it's delicious, so definitely worth a try. Australian turkey. It's also called Siam Jumbo. All right, have a great day. Plant lots of fruit trees. Central Florida, Zone 9B, and we get about 100 chill hours.